Welcome back to our channel, fellow GH addicts. Today is Wednesday, and we are diving deep into the absolute madness that Port Charles is serving us. Grab your coffee or your wine, because we have a lot to unpack, and I am bursting with thoughts about these July 22 spoilers. I cannot believe they are actually doing this with Carly and Valentine. Jump right into my feelings here. Carly is playing with absolute fire, and I am both terrified for her and completely here for it. So we know Brick has been digging up dirt on Valentine because Sonny Corinthos, who apparently has nothing better to do than meddle in his ex-wife's love life, ordered him to. And now, Brick is finally making that special delivery. He shows up at Carly's house with a flash drive packed with incriminating information on Valentine. Brick literally looks her in the eye and says, "If you decide that you need him out of your life, this should do the trick." But what does Carly do? She hides it. She actually hides the flash drive from Valentine. I am screaming at my screen because this is such a classic Carly move. She wants the leverage, she wants the control, but she doesn't want to blow up the romance just because, let's be real, she is fiercely attracted to the danger Valentine. But keeping a secret like this from a former spy who literally reads people for a living, it is a ticking time bomb. Am I the only one who thinks Valentine is going to find that flash drive eventually? And when he does, the betrayal he is going to feel will be catastrophic. He already has Jack Brennan's black box hidden in his kitchen, and now Carly has a flash drive of his sins hidden somewhere else in this. It is a house of lies! People! Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about Sonny for a sec. Because while he is busy trying to sabotage Carly's love life with Brick's help, his own romantic life is a complete and utter disaster. Sonny sits down with ADA, Justine Turner, and he makes some kind of proposal. And knowing Sonny, it is definitely not a proposal of marriage. He wants her to bend the rules. He wants a favor. He wants her to look the other way regarding his less than legal methods of dealing with criminal scum like Jen Sidwell. But Justine is not having it. She looks at him and warns, "If you're suggesting what I think you're suggesting, we're gonna have a problem." Good for her. I am sorry. But Sonny constantly thinks he can just charm or intimidate women in law enforcement into compromising their careers and their morals for him. We saw it for years, and I am so sick. Justine was literally held hostage by Sidwell at the Jerome Art Gallery. She was traumatized. She had a gun pointed at her. She realized in that moment how fragile her life is, and she is not about to throw away her career as an assistant district attorney to do special favors for a mob boss, even if she is sleeping with him. I know some people are loving this dark, gritty, Sonny era, but personally, I need him to face some actual consequences. If Justine actually stands her ground and refuses to help him, it could completely change the power dynamic in Port Charles. But part of me worries she will eventually cave, because they always cave for something. Okay, back to the hospital, because my girl Britt Westbourne is finally making moves. The Britch is back, and she is desperate. She makes a pitch at General Hospital to try and get her position back, and honestly, they need to just give it to her. After everything she has been through, the fake Huntington's disease diagnosis, being gaslit by Ross Cullum with saline syringes, being arrested in Tortola, and coming back to Port Charles, completely broken homeless because Carly rented her room out at Bobby's Brit, deserves a win. She has been dragged through the mud, and she needs her career back to. But of course, it is never that easy for Britt. While she is at GH making her pitch, she has another run-in with the new guy, Dr. Tristan Roberts. And the tension is off the charts. I mean, the sparks are practically flying through the television screen. They clash, they bicker, they erupt at each other. It is the classic enemies to lovers trope, and I am eating it up with a spoon. Tristan seems so rigid and professional, and Britt is just this chaotic, sarcastic force of nature. They are going to drive each other crazy, and I predict they will be the hottest couple of the. Remember when they tried to pair Britt with Jason? Yeah, that was tragic, and ended in heartbreak and him ghosting her for the mob life and Danny. But Tristan? Tristan is a doctor. He can match her intellect. I just hope the GH board, especially Tracy Quartermain, doesn't block Britt's rehiring just to be. Speaking of petty and messy, can we talk about the Spencer Cassadine family drama? Because it is reaching a boiling point. Carly actually tries to give Charlotte Cassadine some good advice, telling her to work things out with Lulu. Carly, of all people, playing the voice of reason, but it completely backfires. Charlotte and Lulu get into yet another heated argument. And honestly, I feel for both of them, but Lulu is handling this so poorly. She's so blinded by her hatred for Valentine that she's completely alienating her own daughter. Charlotte loves her father. Yes, Valentine is a fugitive who did terrible things, but to Charlotte, he is her dad. And Lulu is just pushing and pushing. She had that massive nuclear meltdown when she found out Carly was hiding Valentine in her attic, and now she is taking all that anger out on a teenager. It is heartbreaking. But then, Dante Falconeri steps. Lulu ends up clashing with Dante, because he is on the verge of delivering a proposal that throws her for a loop. What could Dante possibly be proposing? Is he suggesting that Rocco come live with him full-time because Lulu's house is too toxic right now? Or is he suggesting some kind of legal intervention regarding Charlotte? Dante just stepped down as police commissioner, so he has more time on his hands to focus on his family, and he knows Lulu is spiraling. I am dreading this conversation because Dante and Lulu have such a fragile co-parenting relationship, and this could shatter it. And finally, we have to talk about Anna Devane. The legend herself is back at the PCPD, officially reclaiming her job as police commissioner. Dante stepped down so she could take over, and she has a mountain of chaos to catch up on. But here is the thing that is driving me absolutely insane. Anna is still hallucinating Peter August. She is sitting in the commissioner's chair, making massive decisions for the city, while the ghost of her psychotic nephew is whispering in her. It is terrifying. Anna starts digging into the shooting on the pier. Ross Cullum is dead, and Anna assumes that Cassius Faison, who has been posing as Nathan West this whole time, is the one who pulled the trigger. It makes sense on paper. Cassius is a criminal, Cullum was a dirty WSB director, it fits the narrative. But we know the truth. We know that Rocco Falconeri, a literal child, is the one who shot Cullum to save Jason, and Jason took the fall for him. Lulu knows, Sonny knows, Danny knows, and Jack Brennan knows. And this is where I am panicking. General Hospital spoilers are heavily hinting that Jack Brennan might rat out Rocco in the coming episode. Why would he do that? Brennan has been playing this weird anti-hero role lately. He is romancing Nina, he is sparring with Carly, he is warning Anna. But if he rats out Rocco, he is going to have the entire Corinthos and Spencer families coming for his head. Sonny would literally destroy him. But Brennan is a strategist. If he gives Anna the truth about Rocco, he might be using it as leverage to get the PCPD and the WSB off his own back regarding his fake locked-in stroke and his missing black box. I am just so stressed about Rocco. He is a good kid who made a split-second decision in a highly traumatic situation, and the guilt is already eating him alive. If Brennan exposes him to Anna, Anna will have to arrest him. She is the commissioner. She can't just sweep an attempted murder or a fatal shooting under the rug, especially with the WSB breathing down her neck. But if Anna arrests Dante and Lulu's son, the fallout will be apocalyptic. So, to wrap up my late-night venting session, Carly is holding a flash drive of doom. Sonny is trying to corrupt a traumatized ADA. Britt is fighting for her life and her career while making hard eyes at Doctor. Tristan, Lulu is losing her grip on her children, and Anna is blindly investigating a shooting while Brennan holds the ultimate destructive secret. I am exhausted, I am exhilarated, and I cannot wait for tomorrow's episode. Port Charles is burning to the ground, and we are all just sitting here watching the flames. Let me know in the comments if you think Carly is going to use that flash drive, because I am completely torn.